Oh, all right. Of course, that always happens to me when I sign on to do these lives. As soon as you sign on, you got to scratch. Uh, welcome to Friday. It is now the 6th of August. Um, should be talking about Hiroshima, really. Um, but I thought I'd go ahead and go back to college football. I did a little bit of a football chat earlier, and I was just talking away. But this was going to be a little bit more focused. I'm going to keep everything focused on week one of college football. I was telling some of the games earlier and whatnot. In fact, I'll probably end up going back and taking that down because this is going to be my week one for this. I really want to talk about the first weekend of the season, and I want to give my picks, and yeah, should be a lot of fun. Um, I'm just getting up my YouTube channel here so I can see my mug in case anybody else pops up, which I don't suspect anybody will for this. This is college football, and the community that I'm in is not really a college football one. I got a few heads, but not too many. We're going to bring up Kevin Kelly, his website, which is an absolutely it's awesome website. So yeah, we're really happy about that. Uh, he tells us the games and who's playing when and yeah, it's pretty cool. So anyway, college football starts off on August 28th. Um, as far as all FBS schools, which is what we talking about here. Um, not going to get to the FCS unless they happen to be playing a FBS school. Um, FCS is Football Championship Subdivision. FBS is Football Bowl. Uh, FBS, that's the Football Bowl system. The level. Well, I just call it Division One AA, like I've always have. FBS. It's all Greek to me, right? So, of course, the season's coming up, and everybody's excited for the season. Pro football season kicked off yesterday with the Steelers beating the Cowboys 16-3. Um, really bittersweet about that because my buddy Catfish, who passed away this week, he was a big and loyal diehard Cowboys fan, and yeah, we were looking forward to the game. He was they play preseason, and then they go ahead and play during the regular season. So there was a couple of chances for us to talk a little smack. Yeah, yeah, you can talk a little trash, even in exhibition season, and it's fun. Hey, as long as your colors win, right? It doesn't matter if it's a fifth scrub, 15 player, or superstar playing. As long as your team wins, you can talk a little trash. Um, but like I said, we're here for college football because that's my jam right there. Love college ball. I'm excited that it's back. I'm excited it's back in full strength. Complete schedules are out. Um, and there's some interesting matchups, even in week one. Most of the time, week one is full of layups. A lot of just, FBS schools get out and get a cheap win, get out to that 1-0, get out that 1-0 record so they can feel good about themselves. They can build on that. It's good for recruiting. It's a lot of mismatches. But hats off to the Big Ten. Holy shit, the Big Ten. Um, I think they took this a page from the ACC in terms of their men's basketball. The ACC's men's basketball conference has decided to start their season off with conference games. Now, that immediately puts you right on the button. You come out, you play a conference team, and you are already in the soup. If you lose, you're already 0-1, and it's a lot of pressure. It's the games are really important, and it actually makes the games behind it really important. Uh, Whereas reverse, you go out there, you play, you play Cupcake U the first game, you get that big win. Is you're feeling a little bit. There's no pressure on. You just go out there and see how many points you can score, how many players you can play. But by playing a league game for the first game, yeah, you everything counts. And some of the matchups they put out there, whew, yikes! I mean, they're matchups that you expect late in the season. Like week 10 and week 9, week 10, where the pressure is building. But the Big Ten, more hats off to them. They're bringing the noise, and we're going to get into it. So there's a lot of games, a lot of teams to get into. So I thought I'd go ahead and start off with week 0. Now, I explained this in my first football chat. Week 0, either you get exempt from you get exempt to play week 0 before Labor Day by NCAA. You can either get it from the NCAA, like Nebraska, Illinois. That game was actually supposed to be held in Ireland, but they canceled it. They moved it back here. Hawaii. If you play Hawaii at Hawaii, you get an extra game. So if you play at Hawaii and you want to use the Hawaii exemption, you can play an extra game, or you can play week 0. It's up to you. You don't have to play an extra team, but you will be able to play week 0. So week 0 is basically consistent of 5 games, and we'll go over them. I feel like I repeated myself, but this is last week. This is like 10 days ago or whatnot. So this is going to be what I really think, and we'll see where it goes. Nebraska, Illinois. Wow, what a way to kick off the season. You got Scott Frost, coach for Nebraska, fighting for his life. He was at Central Florida and had tremendous success down there. But he was a beloved Nebraska quarterback, and they came and got him after he found success at Central Florida. They thought he would come up there in Nebraska and restore them to their glory days. That has not happened. Nebraska is no longer the Nebraska that we all knew, grew up with in the 90s, 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Let's just face it, they're a middle of the road, mediocre team right now. Going to the Big Ten, they're like one game over 500 since they joined. One game over 500. One. That's a lot of losses. I don't even know if hey, Mariska. I am actually talking football today. Oh, I don't know if you know anything about American football. I am doing fine. I am doing fine. Do you know anything about American football? I know a lot of people don't overseas. Oh, sweet. All right. Well, oh, thank you. Well, I am talking college football. We have our colleges and universities. They play each other during the fall time, and it's my favorite sport to watch. So I'm just going over the games and who I think is going to win, and some storylines and whatnot. So Nebraska, Illinois kickoff. So Scott Frost is fighting for his coaching life at Nebraska. He is on the hot seat. He needs to win this year, and he needs not only to win, but he needs to beat somebody significant. He needs to beat Ohio State or Michigan or a Penn State, whatnot. But a good win against Illinois, who's being coached by former Wisconsin man Brett Bielema, will go a long way toward that. It'll go a long way toward saving his job. Oh, okay. Yeah, Nebraska, Illinois. They're kicking off the season they're kicking off the season in August. I will put this. I'll put the link up to the schedule right here. This is a great asset right here. This is the FBS schedule right here, created and run by Kevin Kelly. It's a tremendous asset. If you're a college football fan, you got to bookmark this. Uh, so Brett Bielema was the head coach at Wisconsin for many years. He won three Big Ten titles. Took his team to top five finishes. And for the love of God, I really don't understand this, but he actually went to Wisconsin. He went to Arkansas. Arkansas is not a step up. That's a step down. Arkansas is not Wisconsin on Wisconsin's level. Never has been actually. Wisconsin, is a premier job, and Arkansas is a nice job, but it ain't all that. They're sort of lower end on the SEC schedule on the level. So I couldn't understand why Brett Bielema left. I don't think it was money or anything. I think that maybe the SEC boosters paid him a little bit more money, but in terms of long-term success, I think he was better off staying at Wisconsin. He could have built his own legacy there. He had the support of the athletic director Barry Alvarez. The community loved him. He had good solid recruiting classes. A lot of his players were going to the NFL, and then he went to Arkansas and he crashed and burned. He did not do well at Arkansas. He only lasted 5 years. He didn't win more than he lost. He went 29-34 there. So now he came back to Big Ten country and he's taken over Illinois. Illinois is a hot mess. Lovie Smith couldn't get it turned over there, and he's a former NFL coach. He could recruit kids out of Chicago probably a lot better than Brett Bielema could, but he could not win at Illinois, so he left. He got the hook. So this is a really interesting first game out. Oh, thank you. Well, I try to keep up. So that game's going to be interesting. It was supposed to be played in Ireland, but it got moved back. So we're at Illinois, and yeah, I do see Nebraska winning on the road, but it's going to be a really close. It's going to be a super close game. There might have been a making of. I mean, they do that. Sometimes they play over in Europe. The college teams do, like Notre Dame will go over there and play once in a while. So they. No documentary with Lovie Smith. He just didn't win. He wasn't there very long. He just didn't win. He was a coach for the Chicago Bears, but he couldn't translate that into wins in Illinois. So he got asked to leave, and they hired Brett Bielema. So I see Nebraska winning a very close game, maybe by a touchdown, but that's no more, no less. Okay, second game we'll talk about is Connecticut at Fresno State. Connecticut has gone independent. They have gone independent, so now they're playing an independent schedule. That means they play any and all teams from anywhere they can. They were with the American, but they left. And honestly, I really thought that Connecticut was in really deep trouble as far as maintaining the program, but they have managed to hang on to it and managed to put together a decent schedule. They have Randy Edsall back as coach. Um, the first time Randy was there, Connecticut had great success, but he's having a hard time now as an independent. It's very hard to recruit to stores. Um, it just is, and without a league to support you and also donate money to your coffers, it's a real struggle. Now, the good thing about being an independent is that any games that you do get, when you go ahead and you play those body bags games, all that money comes to your school. So if you go out there and get $1 million for playing LSU, you get to keep that whole $1 million instead of donating some of it to your conference. So that's a good thing. But the other bad thing is that if you don't have a TV deal, uh, you're not going to get the league money to support you. But Connecticut got fortunate, and that CBS has agreed to broadcast their home games. They're not going to be paying ESPN money by any stretch, but any money coming in is a good thing. So they're on the road to Fresno State out of the Mountain West Conference. That's a long way to go to play the first game. Oh yes, yeah. The college teams, when they play other schools, um, especially like bigger schools, they get paid money. Let's say Connecticut will play at Alabama. Well, Alabama will pay them $1.5 million, million and a half to come play. They make the money up easy on the home games. Plus the TV money's stupid. Um, it's 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 a win. It's a win-win. The only bad thing about that is your team goes in there and it gets his ass beat. It shouldn't be playing Alabama, but they'll still go there because they need the money. They need the money for the athletic department. But this is a more of an even game right here. Fresno State and UConn. Well, on paper, but I think Fresno State is much too strong for UConn. Fresno State had a good team last year, racked by COVID, so they really couldn't flex their muscles too much. But I definitely see them whipping up on UConn pretty good. Um, the Mountain West is going to be a beast this year. It was rough last year, but it's going to be a beast. There's a lot of good teams in the Mountain West this year, and this is also the year of the Super Senior. The Super Seniors are players that got to stay an extra year at college. Yeah, yeah, that's yeah. Teams will go play other teams and get money. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be almost time for World Cup. I know you guys are qualifying over there. See, this game's gonna be covered on CBS Sports Network. They cover all the Mountain West games. The Super Seniors, I was mentioning before, are players that were supposed to graduate last year. They were supposed to graduate, but unfortunately during the COVID, their seniors their seasons got wiped out. It's really quite unfair. So the NCAA said, "Hey, you know what? All your kids can come back this year to play a full schedule. It will help some players. It'll help them rise up and to get drafted by the NFL or the CFL or the XFL or whatever. Uh, so them coming back is going to make this year a lot more dynamic um, because a lot of these players are coming back for 1 year after they're supposed to have already graduated. Um, so that's going to be exciting. There's going to be a lot of experienced players. All older. There a lot of them stayed. A lot of them stayed. A lot of them are coming back. They did not go to the NFL. They decided to come back, do some unfinished business. And so the games are going to be really interesting to watch this year. Uh, so Fresno will take care of UConn. Hawaii is at UCLA. This is Chip Kelly. He is at UCLA. He is not doing very well over there. He's struggling. Um, he's only 10-21. They fired Carl Dorrell, and they brought him in because he is a name coach, but he has not won at all. He's only won 10 games and lost 21. Um, yeah. Baseball. Yeah. Well, that's good. I could not tell you. I could not tell you why they. I don't know why they didn't win last year. I can tell you why they didn't win this year. The Yankees don't have a very good manager this year. They didn't have it last year either. So Hawaii, UCLA. Hawaii's going to be sneaky good. Hawaii always plays much better at home. I don't know why, but they do. I mean, they can go to like a UCLA. They can get their ass smacked by 40. But boy, oh boy, you go back the next year and play them at Hawaii, and they can beat you. They can beat you. They just don't travel very well for some reason. They don't play very well when they come off the Big Island. It's perplexing because they've had some really good teams, but once they come over to the mainland, they struggle. And I don't know why. They got good players. They're big, and a lot of the players are Hawaiian Samoan, and they have motors and hearts that just never quit. They will come at you for 60 damn minutes. But that does not equate wins or close games. And it's perplexing. I've been a Hawaii fan for a long time. And yeah, they're sneaky. By sneaky means that they could come up and beat you anytime, anywhere. They might not be favored to win, but they still could win. So, and they're sneaky good. I mean, especially at Hawaii, they're tough. They're tough to beat. Hawaii's a rough place to play. You got beautiful beaches. The weather's beautiful. There's a lot of distractions, and teams come over to Hawaii. A lot of them just think of it as a vacation, and they come over there and they relax and enjoy the sun and the beach. And they tend to forget they got to play a tough football team, and so sometimes they get thumped. But UCLA is at Hawaii's at UCLA, so I don't know. I think this game's a little too close to call. I'm Hawaii's it's a tough call. This will be the first game of the season. ESPN. It starts at 3:30. I'm going to go with Hawaii to upset UCLA, and of course, once they do, the Kelly's chair will get rather warm as well. The next game on week 0 is pairing two of the worst programs on the FBS level. That's Texas El Paso at New Mexico State. Both the teams are always perennially on the bottom of the bucket. There's 130 FBS teams, and these guys are always listed in the 120s every year as far as being good. They just struggle. UTEP is in a conference. They struggle. Can't tell you why. Conference USA is a good conference, but it's not exactly a world beater. They should be able to at least get 6 wins every year and go to bowling. Okay. UCLA tight. Yep, UCLA and USC. New Mexico State and Idaho were in the Sun Belt, but they were each kicked out. The Sun Belt said, you know what, between the geography and the fact you guys aren't very good, we're going to kick you out. And of course, New Mexico probably had the last laugh on that. They actually had a pretty decent team, went bowling, and actually won their first bowl game in generations. But of course, now they sunk back, and they did not play last year. They played 2 games in the spring, against FCS schools. They got crushed by one, and they narrowly won the other one. Tarleton State took them to the woodshed, and they barely beat Dixie State. Um, does not bode well for New Mexico State. I'm only going to pick them to win this game here because they're at home. That's the only reason why I'm picking them to win. Both of them are not going to be very good. And the last game, which is the best game as far as I'm concerned, because it has San Jose State, and that is the team that I root for. And we are at home as defending Mountain West champions against Southern Utah of the Big Sky Conference, who is leaving the Big Sky Conference to go to the brand new WAC Conference. Oh, I love college football, Mariska. College football is my jam. I definitely love college football. San Jose State is the defending Mountain West champions. They actually got off the snide and whipped Boise State's ass last year. And yes, kids, it was an ass whipping. They should have won by more than what they did. They should have put a whooping on them. Of course, it was off season for San Jose State was one of nervousness because most of the time, whenever time San Jose State or a school like San Jose State has success, other schools come over and try to steal their coaches. They try to hire them away, and Arizona was no different. Arizona fired Kevin Sumlin, and they immediately went after our coach Brennan. Brett Brennan. So Brennan had a really tough few years at San Jose State, but he seems to have got it together a little bit. He's had his coaching staff stay for the most part. He has lost a few coaches, but most of his coaches have stayed. And he stayed, which is the most important. Hey, what's going on, John? Just talking a little college football. I know a lot of people aren't into college football, but college football is my jam. So I'm talking a little bit of a. Oh yeah, you two need to meet each other. Mariska, this is John, and John, this is Mariska. Definitely. So San Jose State will open up and defend their title against Southern Utah, which is the FCS school. San Jose State needs to come out focused and ready to play. Southern Utah will not be a layup. San Jose State is not that good that they can just walk out there and throw their helmets out and expect to get a win. When they have to play these teams, they have to play them. They don't have the depth of the bigger schools or whatnot. Yes, they are more talented, but their depth chart's a lot more shallower. A key injury here or there, and both these teams can be rather even. San Jose State, while they had a lot of good super seniors, they also had a very poor recruiting class. Not a good recruiting class. Very thin recruiting class. Oh, yeah, I get it. Some people aren't. I love it. I love it. The college football is my jam. I do see San Jose State. If they come out and they play as focused as they will, they will turn around and they will beat Southern Utah, and they should beat them by handily. They should on paper, they should beat them by at least 21 points. So that's week 0. Now to week 1. Now this is where the game's going to get really interesting. This is the picks. Okay. There's a lot of games here, a lot of games. I tried doing this once before and I had to go, so I'm going to try to do this a little bit more quicker. Oh, thank you for wow. Oh, Justin, you want to come up? Oh shoot, let me get it for you, Justin. Soccer. You're so cute, Jennifer. Hold on here. All right, Justin. Now this will be interesting because we're gonna bring in Justin up here, and I just barely got into the picks, so we'll have Justin come up in here, and we'll be bouncing off our picks off one another. We'll talk a little SEC, rating the Big 12. That's the big topic we could talk a little bit about. Um, yeah, I'll wait till Justin gets up here, then we'll go to yeah, feel free if you guys are watching. I see six people watching. If you have any questions or you want to talk about college football, drop some questions in, man. We want to talk a little college ball. It's football season time, so yeah, let's get into it. Uh, Shout out the favorite name. I know Jennifer's a big Montana fan, so yay, go Montana. Um, or is it Montana State? Hi, Spotless. Yeah, we're that's okay. You guys can all stay around and it's all right. You guys can be all you can be just like Justin. He's a Texas fan. They don't know much either. Oh boy. Here we go. Uh oh boy. We're gonna have some fun. We're definitely gonna have some fun. Um So we'll be trying to do this. We're trying to do this on every Friday. Come out and do a football show on Fridays, and just talk a little football, college ball mostly. I'm not, I know a lot of people do pro. We'll do pro real quick. We'll do our picks, but college balls, college. I know, I'm going to catch hell from it when he gets up here. Uh, Let's see. Let me try to send it to him on StreamYard. He might not be able to get it through here. Uh, let's see. Where is he? All right. Hey Justin, I also sent it to you on your Instagram in case you couldn't reach it here. Okay. Huh? Go Bengals, huh? All right. Oh, there we go. Oh, Big Daddy J in the house.
Just going by Justin tonight.
Hey, I just told him I just said that I said if they didn't know too much about football, just to hang around and learn a little bit, it's just you can just be like Justin, and
Yeah.
That's one thing about football. We have to acknowledge that we do like to have a little fun and
definitely.
Yeah, we do have to have a little just a wee bit of trash talking.
Yeah.
Of course, I could talk a little bit more trash though because the Spartans are defending Mountain West champs.
Yeah, but what are y'all ranked right now? Y'all even ranked?
You know what? We're ranked higher than you.
Oh yeah.
We're ranked 34th in college football news. I think you guys are down. I think you guys are a little bit down. You guys are a little bit down.
No, we're ranked 21.
Is that what it is?
The AP, yeah.
You know what? You should actually take a picture of that because after you guys join the SEC, you'll never get there again.
We will. I'm excited about that. I really am. I think it's going to be fun.
You just watch. You're gonna be sitting over there uh let me throw this out in the chat too, in case you want to look on it too. I already covered week 0.
Okay.
I'm just doing picks. So let me send this to you on your Instagram page, and you should bookmark this if you haven't already.
Okay.
This is the FBS site. This is the Bible right here. Kevin Kelly, that guy. Yeah. So check your Instagram, and then
no, definitely. I just got it.
Okay. So on it, there's that has the schedules.
Mm-hmm.
If you scroll over, it says FBS schedules, weekly schedule.
Right.
Okay, so I'm at week 1 right now. So you should be seeing September 1st, UAB versus Jacksonville State.
Let's see here. It says I have to download it real quick for some reason. I don't know why.
What?
Yeah.
Have to download that.
I don't know. I'm opening now. It shouldn't take long. It's already ready for me to open. So let's see.
Okay.
Swish News.
Yes, right, Marissa, Cincinnati. Now Jennifer's saying, "Go Justin." Yeah, bingo. Yeah, John. I pinged John. I pinged John, and I said it's football season, and he says this football season. So, but I got an idea for this Friday night show, man. I got an idea for it. I'm going to tell you about it, man, and you're going to crack up. Yeah, I think you'll laugh at it. I think this will be fun. It'll be fun.
All right, I've got the 20. Yeah, the week 0. Okay, it's popped up now.
Okay, now just go there to go to week 1.
Hold on, week 1. Let's see here.
Yeah, there's a little tab. It says if you press on it, it has week 0.
No, the site is okay. I see. Okay, yeah, it's okay. It was acting up on me for some reason. The internet. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I've got the UAB Jacksonville State.
Yeah.
On September 1st, and then after that, the 2nd. Yeah.
All right, so here we go. So you know what? I'm not sure how extensive you know any of the schools or not, but I'll still ask you what you think.
Some of them I'll just throw a dart at the board.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. On some of them, anyway. Yeah.
Well, UAB, Alabama, Birmingham is actually playing a FCS school, Jacksonville State, at a neutral site.
Right.
Now that never happens. Most of the time the FCS school is always going to the FBS school, but they're playing at a neutral site at Montgomery, Alabama.
And UAB just actually reinstated their football program, wasn't it? Not too long ago.
Yeah,
they were out for a few years.
I
remember they got discontinued for 3 or 4 seasons, I believe. And then,
I think they lost 2 seasons, but
2 seasons. Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, their fan base was just blew it up. I mean, they blew up. They blew up the administration. They said, you know what, bullshit.
Yeah, I agree. Football's king. I mean,
yeah, especially in Alabama.
Exactly. I mean,
and Bill Clark, who's their head coach, he's done an outstanding job with them. He's won 40 games, only lost 22. He was the former coach. He was actually the former coach at Jacksonville State.
Right.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I'm a Yankees fan. Yep. I'm a Yankees fan. Yep. I like the Steelers and I like the San Jose State Spartans. Yes, you will, Jennifer. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So I do think that Alabama Birmingham will take this game no problem. They're bigger, they're faster, even neutral ground. I think they're just going to be too much for Jacksonville State. Even though Jacksonville State has had a reputation for sticking around, they gave Auburn a really good scare a few years ago. They took Auburn down to the last 3 or 4 minutes, which was no easy feat. So Thursday, September 2nd starts off with Temple at Rutgers.
That's you never know about that from people too. I mean, they're not great national powers or anything, but Temple and especially Rutgers has usually a little bit more better of a program than Temple does in football anyway. Temple's usually better in basketball, but I don't know.
Rutgers, ever since they joined the Big Ten, hasn't done shit.
No, they haven't. No.
I mean, they have gotten their ass whipped. They've lost games by 80 points practically.
Yeah.
So it's like, really, that's really what you're trucking out there.
Yeah, they need the Big East back.
Yeah, they've had a reputation to getting that ass whipped big. They did lose one year. They lost to West Virginia, 82-6.
Yeah,
they lost to Michigan, 78-0. I think it was Harbaugh's first season.
Yeah.
But I do sense that there's things that are changing at Rutgers. They're starting to out-recruit people. They're starting to really, yes. They got their old coach, Greg Sciarrino, back. He coached them. Yep, he coached them to success.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got him. I hired him back. He still had a really good recruiting year. He took like 3 or 4 good recruits away from much bigger schools.
Yeah,
they decommitted from them and they came over to Rutgers. So the kids are buying whatever he's selling.
Yeah, and he did good. Yeah, before his first stint with them, he brought him to somewhat semi-prominence, and then he left. Yeah.
They had some wins. They beat Michigan a couple of times. They're at least on the level as Nebraska.
Yeah, definitely.
Temple too, though. Temple's had some success too. They haven't been, this is a team that once got kicked out of the Big East because they were just simply non-competitive.
Definitely.
Every game they were playing, they were getting one. Oh boy!
Sorry, she had to make a visit. That was Maz. It's the one you don't really see a whole lot of. She don't make an appearance. So I had to show her off for a second.
I think you know what it is. The cats are football fans.
They are, yeah.
You know how cats are. You know how cats are chasing balls.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to take Rutgers.
I'm going to take Rutgers too. I can see them winning by 3.
Yeah, kind of a close game.
Close game. Western Illinois at Ball State. Ball State is the defending MAC champ.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that whipped San Jose's ass in the bowl game. Though San Jose State did have some COVID issues, but Ball State, that wasn't the only reason why.
No,
I think San Jose's head got a little big with the national ranking and beating Boise and
because they're not used to that. San Jose State, they hardly ever get ranked.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just got a little bit. I think they got a little bit too full of themselves. I think even with the talent that they had lost, they should have beat Ball State. So I definitely think that Ball State will be back. They're going to be a good team, though. I see them putting the boots to Western Illinois.
I do too. Ball State for sure.
Let's see. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat here. Another cat person, scary. Cats rule. Cats rule. Let's see. No Cowboys. No Cowboys. Oof. Okay, so
I'm from Texas, but I'm a Bills fan. I know it's weird, but
I know.
I love
Buffalo. The next game we have here is Long Island U out of New York, and they're traveling to play at Florida International. Long Island's program is only a couple years old.
I
think they probably should have waited another year.
The junior varsity level.
Yeah,
basically like a junior varsity level right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. They really are. That's a good. Yeah, I think they're too. I think their team needed another year to get a little bit bigger and a little bit better. But they're playing 2 FBS schools. They're playing Florida, and they're playing West Virginia.
Well, that's a way to start, I guess. If you can't go ahead and just throw them in the fire and get their experience that way.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder who will last longer. Long Island or S'mores. Because they're going to get smoked.
It might be 150-0, but hey.
I don't know they'll go that much, but I could definitely see like one of those 70. I can see. Well, unless it was Spurrier. The Spurrier was coaching. I can see that. I do think they're going to lose pretty big against Florida International. I see at least a 35-point win. There's nothing really worth talking about here.
No, Florida International.
Next game is Wagner at your Buffalo team.
Well, now that's the college. I'm a pro Buffalo. Now college, I'm Texas.
Oh, I
care
thought there
less
were.
about
I
college
thought Buffalo was one and the same. I'm sorry.
No. I'm
Sure?
hook 'em
You
horns,
sure?
baby.
Oh, you
Oh,
sure?
here we go. Hook 'em horns.
Wait,
Nah,
hook
just
the horn.
pro, just pro.
Isn't that the Longhorns?
Yeah, see?
Oh,
Hook 'em
oh
horns.
my God, horn. Well, see,
Ugh.
but don't bulls have horns too? So you could be actually saying hook 'em horns. You could actually be talking about the bulls,
They're not
right?
Longhorns. They're just short
Oh
horns. I call them short
no,
horns. They're
no.
not the Longhorns.
I don't know. Moz, get back up here and tell us what you think.
She'll probably pick Buffalo on this one. I might pick Buffalo on this one though.
Yeah, definitely
I
gonna
just know
pick
more about
Buffalo.
them. Yeah.
I do think they got a couple other tailbacks coming back, except that they lost their coach. Now, okay. Now I do know this. This happens a lot. I was just mentioning this, how a lot of times a team like Buffalo will have a good year, a couple of years, and then their coaches will be rated. They'll get offered.
Right.
Okay, so here's Lance Leopold, the coach of Buffalo. Good team, solid program. So he gets a job offer.
Yeah.
Guess where he went to?
Where?
Probably one of the top 5 worst jobs in the FBS.
I don't even know.
Kansas.
Oh God, yeah. I might just
seriously?
stay at Buffalo.
I mean, why the hell wouldn't you stay at Buffalo?
Nobody can make it in Kansas. Look who they've had, and they couldn't fix it. They've had Charlie Weiss, they got Les Miles, even though he's crap. But just saying, they've had some top coaches come there after they've had success other places, and they just eat them up and spit them out. Yeah, they're a basketball school. Sorry, they're never going to be a football. I don't think they will be anyway. A football school.
We got old AF reviewers coming on in. What's going on, Ricky? We're talking a little American football here. A little American football. I was hoping that they were dropping their new video today. I was so excited at the new old AF video today. I was pumped up.
Nice.
And he goes over and says, "No, tomorrow, mate." I'm going, "Oh."
You're like,
I just went back to bed. I said, "You know what? Fuck it. The day's ruined." I was all hyped up for a new old AF. Dick Jones. And then all of a sudden, just like
crap. Yeah.
Yeah. What the I was like, "Oh man." Well, we'll get Ricky and Pablo tomorrow. So hell yeah. So let's go back. So yeah, I see Buffalo winning. Wagner, they're smaller. I don't see them really. I don't see them hanging too well. Coastal Carolina, the Citadel at Coastal Carolina.
All the way.
Coastal Carolina. They're gonna be badass again this year.
Yeah, they actually have a pretty dang good team. I always, I watch a couple of their games every now and I catch them on ESPN throughout the year once in a while. They're always tough. They're a good team, actually.
Yeah, they had for what some people thought had the game of the year last year. Of all the games they got played, they said the game of the year was Coastal Carolina and BYU. And I got to be honest with you, I can see why, because that was a really, that team that game got tossed together in 6 days.
Yeah,
because they're looking for someone to play. So they had 6 days. They really didn't know all that much about each other. BYU traveled, and it was a ball buster. It was a great game. Let's see. It's like rugby with loads of padding. Yeah. That's about it. Let's see. So the next game, definitely one of the highlights of week 1 for sure. Boise State out of the Mountain West travels to Central Florida.
Yeah, that's probably one of the games of the week for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that will not be easy.
No,
that will not be easy. Boise State's going to be reloaded as long as they keep their quarterback Beimeyer on his feet. Oh, Boise State will be dangerous. They lost their coach. Brian Harsin went to Auburn, and they brought the defensive coordinator in from Oregon. So, and he was a former Boise State player, so he does know the community. He is well liked. So I don't think they're going to lose that much. But wow, what a tough opening game for Boise. But that's the Broncos' calling card. They will last year they opened up at Florida State.
Yeah, they'll go play some of the big boys. And
Yeah.
Central Florida is becoming one of the big boys now. I think they
Um,
are. Last 10 years, their program is really.
Sort of. I mean, they still have their hiccups. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
They went 0-12. Remember?
Yeah.
They had some good years, and all of a sudden they went 0-12 one year. It was
Now, aren't they one of the biggest colleges in Florida, or are they the biggest as far as attendance or enrollment wise?
Oh gosh, no.
I heard someone.
I think they might be about the same size as Miami, but Florida State.
I read somewhere they were. I forget. Maybe it wasn't Florida International. Maybe I don't know. It was one of them. They're talking about how big their enrollment is now.
Oh yeah, the enrollment, but as far as the attendance at the games, still Florida State.
No, I was talking about enrollment as far as students.
Enrollment, yeah,
at the school overall, yeah.
Yeah, it could be. They could be the biggest.
I think I read that. I was like, wow, I didn't know that. But yeah, but I'm gonna I'm gonna go different with you. I'm gonna take Central Florida. I'm gonna be finally do a pick different from you.
All right, I'm gonna take Boise State because they are a Mountain West team.
Yeah, you're all about the Mountain West.
Yeah, they are. They do play in a superior conference. Let's see. Thank you. Yes, I thought it was late. We'll wait for the video tomorrow, Ricky, for sure. Let's see. Jennifer saying football pants ride much better than rugby pants. Holy cow. Jennifer's sassy. That's awesome.
She said good night.
Yeah, good night, Jennifer.
Dang it.
So next game is East Carolina versus Appalachian State at Charlotte, North Carolina.
East Carolina is another team that's always pretty tough here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Appalachian State. I think they're way better than East Carolina. Though East Carolina is making strides. I think App State is between them and Coastal Carolina.
Yeah.
They're definitely on fire.
I'll take them as well.
Yeah, because I mean, you got to think about it. I mean, Appalachian State has been just between them and between the American is loaded. It's loaded. And you got East Carolina, you got Cincinnati, you got Central Florida. I mean, there's some good teams there. So, but I also think that Appalachian State is really tough. I think they'll win at least by 10.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. About right. I'm picking them as well. It's hard. It's kind of easy. I mean, I'm not trying to cut you off, but this first week, it's every year this way too. They're almost. I mean, unless you get the one or two upsets, possibly it could happen. It's kind of easier to pick this week one for something. It's always like because they try to get these lopsided games. It's like, man, I want some more competitiveness. But
I mentioned that earlier, and we'll be seeing that soon enough. And you'll be sitting there going like, whoa,
yeah.
UC Davis at Tulsa. UC Davis, believe it or not, this will be a landmine game for Tulsa.
For Tulsa, they got to watch out, or they could come up and get blown up.
A former Boise coach, State Peterson, has UC Davis playing well.
Mm-hmm.
It's California football is college football anyway. It's actually dying.
Yeah.
There's less and less schools playing it.
All right, Cheeto.
It used to be like the three big schools that there it is.
Cheeto.
What's going on, Cheeto?
Yeah, she's on the prowl. She wanted to make an appearance, so I'm just gonna show her. Okay. She probably wants to get in my lap, but I don't have room for her right now. So.
Poor Cheeto. California collegiate football is slowly dying out. It used to be the three big schools or three big states that you recruit from.
Yeah.
With Florida, Texas, and California.
Yes.
Well, California are losing their schools.
Yeah.
They only have a very few left. As far as the FBS schools go, they have 3, 5, 7. So they have 7 schools left.
Yeah.
And the FCS level, they have 1, 2, 3, 4. So they got 11. They got 11 schools. It used to be in the 30s.
Yes. Yeah, they have. Yeah, actually, that is true.
So,
and another thing, USC, I've heard they've been talking to There's been rumors, chatter about them possibly joining the Big Ten in a couple of years.
The Big 12.
No, the Big Ten with the Michigan and Ohio State, and everybody.
Oh,
the Big
God,
Ten. There was chatter. Watched that on TV a couple days ago, actually. So.
yeah, that's just idle chatter. That's
I
just
know, but you
the
never know
cost.
because
The cost of that are just. Yeah,
I think they're going to do an agreement or somehow merge with some of the Big 12, if anything else. I think the remaining teams from that scrub conference.
yeah, I don't get it. I don't know why. I don't know why the SEC took Oklahoma and Texas. I really don't.
It's just money grab, more money.
I guess so, because they didn't get talented teams.
Not right now. Well, Oklahoma's ranked number 2 in the AP preseason.
Yeah, Oklahoma's always ranked number
Alabama.
2, but then everybody finds out that Oklahoma doesn't have a defense.
No, that's the thing about the Big 12. That's why Texas, I don't care. I can't stand Oklahoma, but Texas needs to work on that defense because they can have an offense, but maybe they'll finally recruit some defense.
Maybe, but I still think that if the SEC was going to actually recruit well, I mean, they're going to raid. They probably should have took Oklahoma State, and they probably should have took, maybe Oklahoma State. I mean, that seems better. I mean, Texas is just like dead weight,
Yeah, okay. One of the most prominent. They're like number 3 or 4 in the all-time wins list.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, that was
football teams suck for 10 years. Yes, I'll give you that. But
yeah, that's like turn around and claiming Harvard and is the king of college football because they got 12 championships.
Right. It's a well-known property, that's for sure.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I just don't think anybody. I don't. To me, honestly, though, I mean, if they're going on strictly on playing, I would have said that they would have been better off for football playing. I would have said better off taking Kansas State and Oklahoma. I do think Kansas State football-wise is ahead of Texas.
No way. No way.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
No way. Oh, Patrick, you're killing me.
I think ask Cheeto. He'll tell you.
She ain't gonna side with it. She's orange. She's almost burnt orange. She's a Longhorn fan.
Well, yeah, no, she's Oklahoma. She's a Cowboy fan,
right? That might be Garfield.
Yeah. Yeah, and damn well ESPN had their fingers all over that shit. They had their hands straight up their ass. I mean, pull. They're talking for Oklahoma and Texas, and no one's going to tell you differently. No one's going to tell me differently that wasn't ESPN doing that bullshit.
No, it was. They had 90% of it was ESPN.
I just don't know what else. I don't know where else the schools are going to do. I just don't see them going anywhere else. I don't really see. I don't know who. I mean, they're saying, well, the Big Ten might take Kansas.
Right.
Why the hell would you take Kansas? You already got Rutgers. You got Maryland.
You already got those crap.
You got Nebraska. You got enough trash.
Take Oklahoma State. They're pretty good.
I would probably, if I was the Big Ten, if I was going to take anything left, I would take Baylor and I would take Kansas State.
Yeah, that's a good one. And like West Virginia, I think they need to go to the ACC. They're perfect for it. They're right there.
They're not going to go. You know why they're not going to go ACC?
Why?
Because their academics are shit.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
it would make sense geographically, though.
Yeah, but they don't want them because the academics are shit. It's like one of the worst schools.
Yeah,
as far as academics, it's even worse than Louisville. Louisville's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't see them going anywhere else. I can see them joining the American. That would probably be their best bet. Join the American, or that would probably be in their best interest. I do think the Big 12 will fade off. I don't know. I just don't know where they're going to go.
I think some will absorb it in the Pac-12. I think like maybe Tech might go to the Pac-12. They'll get some. I think they're going to make a big push for Baylor. The Pac-12 would for basketball and football.
The only thing I can think of, if you wanted to say the Big 12, and you could, but you would have to be flexible on this. You could say the Big 12 by inviting BYU to come in.
Boise State.
BYU, Brigham Young.
Yeah, I know, but also maybe like Boise State to come in. Possibly.
Yeah, but Boise State,
Houston.
He,
Teams like that.
I would actually take Houston before I took Boise.
Well, geographically, that'd make more sense
Yes,
for
yeah.
sure.
You
But
bring Houston back, but I don't think any of these other teams will want to leave. I think they're happy where they're at.
I don't
The
know. But
Conference USA, Sun Belt,
yeah,
American. I think you know that. I think they're fine, especially now that they have this 12 team playoff.
mm-hmm.
I do see you're going to see a lot more than just one group of 5 school make it. You just
Yeah.
are. Um,
I'd agree with you. Plus, now, why would you want to join the Big 12 since the the heavyweights are leaving?
I mean,
it's just no. It's going to be another Mountain West.
oh, I see where you're going with that. All right.
No, I'm just kidding. The Mountain West will be a heck of a lot more superior than the Big 12 will be.
We'll see. We'll see about that. Texas will go out there and just lay an egg against somebody several times over.
Oh, they will at first. They'll get they'll take their knocks. They're going to win the SEC after about third season in. They'll have the.
I will say this about Texas, though. I will say about Texas, at least they got their schedule down right as far as their scheduling goes. They're already scheduling like an SEC team. I mean, who they playing? Rice.
Yeah, no, they got Arkansas actually this year.
Ooh.
Hey, it's an SEC team.
Yeah,
Arkansas could win.
You know what? So's Vanderbilt, so's Tennessee, so's Kentucky.
Yeah.
So I mean that doesn't mean they're good.
Hey,
come on now.
They would contend in the Mountain West. I'll put it that way.
Who would?
Arkansas.
Arkansas?
Oh yeah.
They would get whipped. Boise would whip them. Shit, San Jose whipped their ass, and we didn't even have all that good of a team, and we still back there and whipped that ass.
Yeah, Arkansas, they've gone downhill since the '90s, early '90s, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the SEC. I mean Tennessee's gone way down. They're like a Nebraska now.
Yes.
Kentucky. I mean, come on now. It's top heavy. The SEC is all top heavy. Georgia, Alabama, Auburn, and
Florida.
LSU, and Florida, and everybody else will come up there once in a while to will breathe, and then they go back down into the.
Yeah, but see, now you're going to add 2 more to the top. Texas, and I can't stand OU, but Texas and OU are going to be right there, baby. Come on.
No, they're not. They're going to be right there. You know what? You know who voted? They really voted in. I heard that. I heard it was Vanderbilt. And I heard Tennessee was sitting there going, "Hell yeah, invite them in." Thank God, so now we can get out of the basement. Now we can actually look down underneath us.
I'm just excited about that. I am for sure. Just to see what happens.
Okay, we got. Let's go back to our broadcast here. Our picks. Now this is another good opening game for the weekend. South Florida, though they have struggled recently, but Willie Taggart's there.
Mm-hmm.
He was there. He's not there anymore. But South Florida is on the road against North Carolina State. I do see this to be another landmine. I mean, South Florida, they're going to be a little bit smaller, but they're going to be fast. They're going to be very athletic, and they're going to be well conditioned. So I do see them. They'll be hanging around North Carolina State.
The
ACC. It ain't just all Clemson. Clemson and there's some decent teams that are playing there.
Well, watch out! North Carolina's coming on again with Mac Brown.
Yeah,
they're playing tough.
Yeah, they're playing tough.
They played Clemson really tough last year. Almost beat them.
And that's a shame. Sometimes it's a real shame. It's a real shame, and you wonder why do you have to go back to these really old coaches to get these kind of performances? It's like, what happened to all the young coaches?
Right.
But of course, all the young coaches, they can only get 3 years now.
Exactly.
That's all they get. They used to get 5. Now they get 3.
That's not enough time to build a program. I'm sorry.
No, you can't build a program.
Well, especially like in college, you come in there and you're already inheriting what was there already. So your first year is pretty much like, okay, well, I'm just trying to figure some things out. Your first recruiting class not really till your second year, really, and it's like, wow.
So it's brutal. Weber State at Utah. It's gonna be Utah all day long.
The other game I'm gonna take South Florida. I'm sorry, I didn't pick.
So I'm gonna go with State. I'm gonna take them by 3. I'm going to
Ding the
put them
bell. We
on.
did another one against each other. We had to have some kind of a sound that shows that we did a different pick from each other, like a ding.
Oh yeah, we
We
should.
went
We should
different. Yeah, something.
yeah, that's we. We'll have to do that. We'll have to do that next time for sure.
Mhm.
Do a pro pick. Well, we do a pro picks.
Yes.
So this is why you're talking about the first weekend being cupcakes,
A lot
but
of
the
them.
the Big Ten has decided to change. It's actually decided to take a page from the ACC basketball wise,
Mhm.
and they've opened up with a league game for the first week.
That's good.
And so here we are, Ohio State at Minnesota, week 1.
I'm going to take Ohio State, of course, but
That is going to be a PJ Fleck, good coach.
mhm.
I think last year was an aberration. I think it was just. I don't think this is who Minnesota was.
Right.
I think they're much better than this. They didn't have a defense last year. Don't know what happened to it. I mean, they dressed the Minnesota. They came out with Minnesota colors, but
Right.
they play like Longhorns.
Yeah, their defense did for sure. I'll give you that. Longhorns defense sucked. I can't argue on that one.
But I do think that if Ohio State comes out with any sort of lackadaisical yes, it's Minnesota. I think they will. I think Minnesota could get them. I think they could.
Yeah, and Ohio State's and the AP that I looked at, they were number 5, I believe. So I mean, that could be one of those trap games right off the bat.
Hey, Steven, how are you, sir?
Hey.
He's just not ready to watch the rest of the Suicide Squad. Oh, we were just talking about the Longhorns. The kid's on fire tonight.
Actually, speaking of that, not to get off topic, I've been wanting to see that new Suicide Squad. I'm gonna try to check it out pretty soon. But
yeah, I guess it's feeling pretty good. They didn't. It was pretty good so far. What I've heard.
Yeah, same here.
So, yeah, let us know how it goes.
Definitely.
Of course, now everybody's gonna sit there and say, "I want the Ayers cut."
Oh yeah, that's already been going around. So.
Let's see. Good. Have some tacos. Oh boy. So you had tacos. You're good to go.
I had some tacos for lunch today.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
All right. James Gunn is producing good bloody kills.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's pretty good for superheroes. So I can't understand what John Cena's wearing a steel helmet on his head for. That's like the most cumbersome looking helmet I've ever seen anybody wear.
I have heard on some of these reviews on YouTube though that they think that John Cena nailed this part, because they're not like me. I'm not a big fan of him as an actor, but supposedly he's done an excellent job with this role. So I'm really anxious to see that.
Yeah, I like John Cena well enough. I think he does
not
all
a huge
right.
fan, but I'm like, he's never blown me away or anything. It's just like, whatever. But then supposedly he did awesome.
He's no Rock.
No, definitely.
But then again, did you see the Mummy remake though with The Rock?
Yeah,
they call it a Jungle Cruise.
Yeah,
I heard someone call it the Jungle Cruise of the Caribbean.
I haven't seen it. I don't have a whole lot of desire to see that movie.
No, I have no desire to see that either.
I have no interest in it.
What do they call it? They call it the Mummy meets the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Is that what it is? Oh god. Yeah. Not for me.
No. But I looked at the previews. I said, I wrote down on The Rock's Instagram page, I said, I liked it better when it was called The Mummy.
Right.
All right. Let's see. I will go with Ohio State, but I can see Minnesota. If they go in there on cruise control, I definitely can see Minnesota pulling the upset. But right now, I'm going with Ohio State.
Yeah, I got to too. I think they're gonna win by at least 2 touchdowns. That's how close Minnesota will keep it.
Yeah. Houston Baptist at New Mexico. New Mexico's gonna be a much better team than they were last year.
Yeah.
They got Coach Strong, Coach Buddy Long there, Rocky Long there coaching their defense.
Yep.
He was forced out of San Diego State.
Mm-hmm.
For Brady Hope.
Yeah. There you go.
But he still could coach a defense. So New Mexico State should easily win that game.
That's
UC Martin.
I'll pick this.
UC,
I'll go with you on that one too.
yeah, Lobos will win that. Tennessee Martin at Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky.
You know what? Western Kentucky has a bad habit of playing down to the level of the
Real opponents,
competition.
yes.
Yeah, they have been beaten by a lot of FCC teams. They have no business being with them.
Right.
I'm not going to just automatically slam dunk this.
No.
It could be one of those where if they play down to Tennessee Martin's level, they could definitely lose.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Bowling Green at Tennessee. Bowling Green's one of the worst programs in the country right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tennessee in a route.
Even Tennessee, even being a trash of the FCC, still should have enough talent to
win by
hold
17.
Yeah. Eastern Washington, which is a better of top 10 FCS school at UNLV. I'm going to actually pick the Eagles to win this one. I'm going to
go with you too. That was my first thought too when you talked about the matchup. Yeah, Eastern Washington.
Yeah, I see Eastern Washington beating UNLV. Southern Utah at Arizona State. Southern Utah is a decent FCS team, but their first game will be against San Jose State, so they'll be beat up. And Arizona State, right, playing those two teams back to back, it's not good for FCS.
And Arizona State preseason ranked in the top 25. I think they're like 20. They're either 24 or 25. I saw that too. So they're actually looking at do something this year, possibly.
Yeah, Herm Edwards. But they're being investigated for violations. Yeah, so that's going to be bear watching too.
That's true. Yeah.
So Friday, September 3rd, North Carolina at Virginia Tech and an ACC.
That's a tasty matchup.
It's very tasty.
I'm going for North Carolina. I think they're
I'm going with Carolina too. I do think Justin Fuentes is under fire at Virginia Tech.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, they have not performed as well as his teams at Memphis did, and he's got more talent. So it is a little bit perplexing to find out why they're struggling so much.
Right.
Maybe the level of competition's higher, but Virginia Tech is definitely struggling. They're in danger of becoming a middle of the road ACC team.
Yeah, they're a long ways away from Beamer ball, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. St. Francis U out of Pennsylvania at Eastern Michigan.
Michigan. I don't know. Yeah. The St. Francis U, is it a rugby team or is it a
team, they play out of the Northeast Conference. I'm with you. I think Eastern Michigan wins this by 25.
Right, yeah.
Old Dominion at Wake Forest. Old Dominion did not play at all last year, so this will be their first game in 2 years. I see Wake Forest wiping the hell out of them by 35.
I do too.
Duke actually going on the road to Charlotte. That's interesting. David Cutcliffe has been struggling. His teams have I'm not so sure about that. This is Charlotte. This is Charlotte's first home game with a major school, even though it is just Duke. So I do think they'll be fired up, get fired up. Duke's been struggling. I can see this. I can see Charlotte can actually pulling off the upset.
Yeah, okay. You taking Charlotte?
Yep. I can see Charlotte doing it. Yeah.
Going out on that proverbial limb.
Yep.
All right. Okay. That's the third one. Duke.
Yep. South Dakota at Kansas.
I'm taking South Dakota.
I am taking South Dakota as well.
I can't take Kansas. I'm sorry.
Kansas
we just talked about a while ago.
Yeah, Kansas is an absolute trash. It's a barn fire.
That's where careers go to die if you're a coach.
Les Miles fiasco. Yeah, it's just absolutely a disaster. Les Miles was not going to turn around Kansas anyway.
No, he wasn't.
They were not playing well for him at all.
No.
They were getting that ass whipped. I think Kansas came up with this thing over at LSU. I think they're looking to bring that up in order to fire Miles and not pay him. They knew that Miles was not going to win. Yeah. Northern Colorado at Colorado. Yeah, okay, we'll move on from that.
Colorado. I'll just make it official that way.
South Dakota State at Colorado State. Colorado State has a bad habit of playing down to the competition.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's a trap game if I've ever seen one.
Yep. Coach Steve Adelzo supposedly has a good team. They're supposed to be their offensive and defensive lines are
Right.
supposed to be among the best in the Mountain West. I think they'll be ready to play. I do definitely think they'll get off. They might take them a half, but I
Yeah,
do see them pulling away and beating South Dakota State.
I do too, especially it being at home too. So
Yeah, being at
that'll help a
home.
little bit.
Michigan
Cool.
State at Northwestern.
That's another Big Ten opening matchup
Yep,
for the year.
opening
Okay,
matchup,
yeah.
and I am going to go with
That's
Northwestern.
oh man. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to take Michigan State. That's a toss up
Yeah,
to me.
I think Northwestern's a much better team. Michigan State is, I think, thin
Yeah,
as far as talent level goes. D'Antonio was, yeah, I think they got rid of him just in time because it was starting to become really stale. They're really
yeah, it
predictable,
was.
and I don't think they're that good. They could be good. They have talent. They don't have
Yes.
very good offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators. So I do think that Fitzgerald will be ready to play, and I think that Northwestern will take that game.
Yeah, my gut will say Northwestern, but I think I'm gonna be different with Michigan State. I'm just gonna pick them because yeah, I really. But like you, everything you said is right on. But I just have a feeling this is one of those games. I think Michigan State's gonna take it. Barely. They're gonna ink it out.
Okay. Okay. So if you lose, I'll expect the Garfield in the mail.
Right now, my wife and my kid would kill me.
Uh, see, Saturday, September 4th, old rivals connect again. Back in the 50s, back when Jim Brown was running around.
Mm-hmm.
Colgate used to be a power. Used to play Syracuse, Boston College on a regular basis.
Yeah.
They just now starting to replace some of the bigger schools again. And Colgate is actually coming to play Boston College. They're coming to play Boston College, and they're coming to get a paycheck, but they ain't coming out with a win.
That's what I'm fixing to say. Boston College by quite a bit.
Yeah. This could be the opening game of the whole weekend. Penn State at Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Holy
I
shit.
forgot that game. Oh man.
Yeah, that's the game of the weekend if you ask me.
Man,
Holy
that's
shit. I mean, that's a heavyweight right there.
yeah.
You're
Just
you're
flip a coin on
immediately.
that one.
I mean, if you lose that game, you're 0-1 and you are hurting already.
Oh
I mean,
yes.
you are. That's just brutality. At the winner, wow, big step up, huge
Oh yeah.
momentum. I mean, it's going to be tremendous.
Man, that's a
I'm
hard one.
actually going to go with. I'm actually going to pick Penn State to pick this one, even though I don't
Really?
like their coach. I do not like James Franklin. I think he's an
Yeah,
asshole of a
I
coach.
do too. He's a
Yeah, I think
cocksucker.
he's like the Chip Kelly of the Big Ten.
Yeah.
He's just an asshole.
Yep.
But
Oh man.
I do see them beating Wisconsin by maybe a touchdown.
Yeah,
Very close.
I'm gonna go the other way around. I'm gonna go Wisconsin by a 4-point type game. It's gonna be less than that. It's gonna be close.
Very.
Like a 30, 27, 23, 24 type ball game.
I think the
28,
higher
24.
I think the higher the score goes, I think it really plays into Penn State. I
Yeah,
think
I do too.
the lower it goes, it's good. It's going to be good for
That's why
Wisconsin.
I think if Wisconsin keep Penn State at least under 30, 28
Yeah.
or lower, they have a chance. So.
So then we got Fordham
Mm-hmm.
traveling to Nebraska.
Little Scott Frost led Nebraska Cornhuskers. I'm going to go with Scott Frost.
Yeah, I don't think I think Fordham has heart, but I don't think they have the horses.
No way.
Holy Cross at UConn.
UConn.
Really? I'm going to go with Holy Cross.
Okay.
I don't think UConn has enough horses. I think they're really thin. I mean, they're playing independent. I mean, that's going to be a really, they are. This is going to be the second game. They're playing in week 0.
That's
they
true.
have to fly. They fly all the way out west to play Fresno State and get that ass whipped. They come all the way back and play Holy Cross. I think Holy Cross can upset them.
The jet lag's gonna get them, huh? That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I just don't think. I don't think UConn has the horses.
Right.
Let's see. Okay. Well, we got some people watching us here. They're not talking, but at least they're watching.
Hey, that's
all right
for view hours, so that's good.
Let's see.
Nice.
There we go. We're going back. Here's a game I'm looking forward to. Western Michigan at Michigan. I'm looking forward to this only because San Jose State is coming back to play Western Michigan later on.
Right.
Michigan is everybody's watching Harbaugh. He's probably the one coach more than any other coach in football right now who has a hot seat.
I'd say hot seat, but he's had a hot seat just because he's Jim Harbaugh. I think he
Yeah,
would have
but
been gone 2 years ago if he was somebody else.
let me tell you.
That's why they've kept him.
I live 20 miles outside of Michigan, and let me tell you, Harbaugh has earned every single piece of heat that he's earned.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I agree.
He's pompous. He's arrogant.
Yes.
He's everything that you don't want in a coach, and
Yeah.
he's not a good coach. That's really quite honestly, he's a horrible coach. He's a
Not
horrible.
great.
He has not developed players.
No.
He has not developed a quarterback. Not one has he developed a quarterback since he's been at Michigan.
No.
He's got them all by transfers. The quarterbacks that he has recruited, that he's lost. They transferred out. He can't keep a lot of his players. A lot of his players, they come in, they'll sit there and say, Michigan's getting this class. And then after the first year, a lot of these players are just leaving.
Yeah.
He's not a good head coach.
No, and that's a shame because of the way he was going. You think, okay, he's going to come there and probably win a couple of titles and have a national championship under his belt because started out, Stanford, great college. I mean, he did good there. Then he went to pros, took the 49ers to Super Bowl, rebuilt them. I'm thinking, okay, Michigan home is going back home, and then
he's just, there's a reason why he can never stay. It's just his personality. His personality. He's his own worst enemy. Yeah. But of course, I will say this: he is at least Michigan's coach is sober. You don't have to worry about him. You don't have to worry about him going behind the wall and drinking.
Exactly.
I wouldn't say that. Let's see who. Oh, Sarkisian, right? Isn't that who you guys?
Yeah. He was having a bad time. He had to take.
Oh, he's gonna have a real worse time. Here you go, Coach. After you get that ass whipped by Vanderbilt, here's a 6-pack.
Yeah, Vanderbilt ain't gonna beat Texas.
Speaking of coaches, the ex-Michigan coaches, I do think Michigan. You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna pick Western.
Really?
I think Western could do it if they believe they could do it. If they really truly believe that they can compete. I think a lot of times look, the big house is menacing.
Well,
I've been inside the big. Been inside the big house.
Okay.
It is enormous. 110,000 people.
Yeah.
That's a 12th man.
Yeah.
It really is. They're not the loudest crowd. They're not the loudest. As far as volume goes.
Right.
I mean, I've seen a more rabid fan base, more energetic,
right.
and what like Wisconsin's. Like Wisconsin's got awesome fans. They do. They're the fifth quarter. That's just amazing for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still intimidating as hell. And the Michigan, the flying M is still intimidating. The maize and the blue and all that. But I think that Tim Lester, who's the coach of Western Michigan, he's going to have his team ready to play. They have a good team this year. They have a really good team. I don't think they're going to be intimidated. They might not win. They might not win. But they're going to be keep it competitive.
I agree with you on that one. I just don't see them beating Michigan. I got to go with Michigan.
But speaking of former Michigan coach, here we are talking about Louisiana Monroe. Trying to take another trash team, another another SEC team, Kentucky.
Well, that is one of the trash teams, so you're right.
It is a trash team. Well, it would really be interesting. Louisiana Monroe is definitely not one of the better teams.
No,
but they have a new offensive coordinator. Their new offensive coordinator is none other than Rodriguez.
About Rich
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Coach Ron. Yep, he's now their offensive coordinator.
I did not know that, actually. I didn't realize I couldn't remember what happened to him.
Well, there you go. See, that's why you come here to the Paladin and Cheeto show.
There you go.
Paladin Paladin and Cheeto talking football.
A wealth of knowledge. Heck yeah.
Hell yeah. That's what we're gonna call the program too, by the way.
Wealth
It'll be
of knowledge.
Paladin
and Cheeto. Yeah.
Paladin and Cheeto talk football. I think that'd be. I think so. Come on, two cats doing the picks.
Yeah. I like that idea.
So I see Kentucky winning. I don't think Louisiana Monroe will have the horses for this.
I don't either.
I think it's gonna be a wipeout. They don't, Rich Rod's gonna try to install the spread offense that he invented. But the first year, he always sucks the firch year.
Yeah.
The second next year, it might be better. But for
you
this
start
year,
recruiting the players to fit your scheme more so, because you're gonna get stuck with who you got pretty much from the last last program, whoever's there. So,
next we have Stanford versus Kansas State in Arlington, Texas.
So you're gonna take Stanford? Are you gonna take Kansas State? You've been talking them up a little bit tonight.
Yeah, I thought Kansas State. I don't know how Stanford looks. Stanford is actually arch rival. I like to see Stanford crash and burn every week.
Right. That's how I feel about Oklahoma and Texas A&M.
But Stanford, it's going to be a big year for them. They need to reestablish what they had. I mean, they've been sort of fading off the last 2-3 years.
I love their coach.
I do think Kansas. Yeah, Davis Shaw. He has a lot to prove.
Oh, yeah, he does. But I think I regard him. I put him in highest. I like him a lot. Something about him I always like.
It's
hard. He should go pro.
I think it's really hard to recruit to places like Stanford.
Yes, it's academics are so tough.
Academics are just brutal.
Yeah.
You got it's just in the Bay Area alone. You got Cal, San Jose State, Stanford.
Right.
I mean, those are 3 high-end schools. Yeah. You got to pass. You got to have you got to have good test scores. You got your stats. Your SAT scores got to be high or whatnot.
Yes.
I mean, if you want to play for a junior college, then you go play for the SEC. But if you want an education,
if you don't want to ever contend for a national title, go play for those teams out there.
Yeah, play
Pac-12. Mountain West, those types of conferences.
Okay.
If you don't want to contend for a title, that's all I'm saying. Go out west.
If you want to get that 2 year, if you want to get that if you want to attend last chance you go to the FCC. Isn't that
Hey, they're contending for national titles every year, though. Hey.
Oh yeah,
nowadays.
The best teams that money can buy, right?
Exactly.
I do think if I'm going to pick Kansas State, I do think only because they're a little bit. I think they'll have a little bit more fan base. I think they'll have a little bit more. I think they'll be a little bit more prepared. They're going to be around. But Stanford does play really well on the road. I mean, they don't mind. They are not afraid to go on the road and play places like this. They're not intimidated.
It's tough.
Yeah. So actually,
take Stanford.
I'll take Kansas State.
Okay.
Next we have Oklahoma at Tulane. Ooh, boy.
Do I even have to say? I wish Tulane would win. I would love to see Tulane win. God,
SEC. I am actually going to pick. Shockingly, I'm actually going to pick Oklahoma to win this game.
Me too. That's in an upset. I'm taking Oklahoma.
I think, yeah. But if Tulane could actually score a few points, it'll be more looking like a basketball game than not.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oklahoma has number 1 Heisman candidate in Spencer Rattler.
Yep.
So it's gonna be I think there'll be an explosive powerhouse on the offense. Yeah. It just all depends if they can play any defense.
Yep.
Army at Georgia State. Army.
Yeah.
Jeff Monken has done an outstanding job with Army. I really, really like how they schedule themselves. I think Army is built to succeed every year. They're gonna get 8 or 9 wins. They play one tough team every year. Play them close. They're not getting blown out anymore. They lose. Right. They do lose a couple of times to teams that they should have no business losing to.
Right.
But I think that's just because of lack of depth. But when they're healthy, they can play anybody.
Right.
They can line up against anybody.
I
Um,
agree. Totally.
Fresno State out of the Mountain West travels to Oregon.
Oregon.
Man, you didn't let me finish. You're just jumping. You just couldn't
I'm
wait
just
to
I'm
jump.
just I'm just putting my pick out there.
You're just showing that anti Mountain West bias. I see how that works.
Oh no, it's Oregon. I mean, they're the only ones, that's basically that's anything that's worth a darn in the Pac-12.
Oh my, oh my. I actually think Fresno State will come up there and give them a real battle.
Nah,
All right,
nah,
all right,
no way. Maybe the
all right.
first quarter. They'll keep it close in the first quarter.
Oh, all right.
I don't know. I have no
Well,
idea. This is the first week
yeah,
of the season, so who knows?
you're just writing that check. I hope you can cash it.
Yeah, my ass will cash it. That's for sure.
Lafayette at Air Force. Air Force definitely will take care of business there.
Yeah.
And then another one of those awesome SEC games. Rice at Arkansas. Old Southwest Conference foes battling.
Yeah.
This
Back
will
in the
actually
day.
be. This could actually be a competitive game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Arkansas is trash.
Yeah.
Rice is just small and undermanned.
Yeah,
Academically,
they're saying the academic is so
they have
up there
heart.
with Stanford and everybody else. So
Yep,
yeah.
they have a lot of heart, and they just don't have that much talent. And Arkansas is
Yeah.
trash. So
Yeah, well, Rice will play tough, but Arkansas they'll win by about 10 to 14 points probably.
yeah,
They'll
probably.
pull away. Yeah, it'll be a dirty game.
How about this one? Indiana, last year's darling team. Everybody's jumping on Indiana's bandwagon. At Iowa.
Woo!
I told you the Big Ten brought the noises.
No kidding. I didn't. I'm gonna have to go with Iowa in this, but I do want to make it has something to do with Iowa. I just want to mention. I was watching. They were voted the top 5 traditions, and they have a newer tradition going on to do the wave. It's Iowa, I believe, right? They wave to the Children's Hospital because the stadium's right there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Everybody waves. I love that. I think that's awesome. The Children's Hospital, they get to wave to the kids and stuff during the game or whatever. A certain time of the game or before the game or something where all the players and everybody just wave at them. And it's like they have like almost like skybox seats, the way that's built, the hospital right by the stadium, so they like get to see the whole game. I think that's awesome.
Right. I think you're right. I think it is Iowa. It's either Iowa or Iowa State, one of those two.
I think it's Iowa, I believe. Yeah, because it was the ones that look like Pittsburgh, so it's Iowa, the Hawkeyes. Yeah.
Next we have Miami of Florida versus Alabama.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Oh man, I'll take Alabama, but I think Miami's
I'll take I see Alabama winning easy.
Yeah, I think Miami will keep it competitive for the first half. I mean, they won't be ahead, but I think Alabama will be ahead by a touchdown or more. But then,
Alabama lost a hell of a lot of talent. I mean, they really lost a lot of talent.
Oh yeah, but it's Alabama.
I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see how that works out.
They're still picked number 1 in preseason still, so I mean, they just reload. I hate Alabama.
Yeah. I mean, jeez, just think that first time you guys go up there and play them.
Oh, just wait till we get them down in Austin. Woo!
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like smoked brisket.
Oh,
Texas barbecue, baby. Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, don't forget to turn off your PS5 when you leave.
Right, yeah.
That's probably the only way that's gonna happen.
Nah.
We have one of the oldest rivalries. Actually, we got to go to Marshall at Navy. Man, Navy has really been struggling.
Yeah,
these are two teams that are really struggling. Navy has really fallen off the map. I mean, they just no longer, their offense is no longer surprising anybody. The triple option, they're not really surprising anybody.
No, that's ancient. That's prehistoric offense.
Not only are they losing, but last year they didn't want to play.
No.
They didn't want to play at all. I mean, they were just getting waxed by. I don't know. It all depends how Johnson gets them fired up. If he can get them going again, then maybe. But otherwise, I see Marshall coming in and taking this one.
I do too. And then speaking of Marshall, they haven't been really good since Byron Leftwich was there. I think 15 years ago.
They've had some decent.
They've had a couple good years. Yeah, I don't pay attention to them anymore. Really, so I mean,
I really think it will really be good for Marshall. Actually, be good for the whole state. I really think that it would have been really cool if Marshall and West Virginia could play it every year. Though
Oh yeah,
Marshall fans, they every time they clamor for that, they always sit there and say, "If we can only get West Virginia, we only get West
right.
Virginia."
Just show
Well,
them.
you know,
Yeah,
they did get them for like a 3-game set, and they
yeah,
got their ass whipped every
yeah.
time. So it's like
Like,
I don't quite hear that as loud anymore as I used
no,
to.
be careful what you wish
Uh,
for.
on one of the older rivalries, and that is Miami of Ohio at Cincinnati. They played. It's one of the longest rivalries in college football.
Yeah,
Lately, Cincinnati has just completely dominated it. I
I
think
don't
they
think it's
won the
going to
like last
change
six.
this year.
No, I don't see though either. Cincinnati is going to be a top 10 team,
Yeah,
and they'll be competing for a playoff spot.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
West Virginia at Maryland. Just
Maryland's.
Mike Loxley's a horrible coach.
Mm-hmm.
West Virginia should beat Maryland.
So I was
You
say
know,
Maryland is just trash,
yeah,
absolute trash.
they're not competitive at all.
No.
But if they play up a layup school. I mean, you know, it's good. It's good. Or if they can play a Delaware State. Oh, they're good
Mm-hmm.
for running up 70 points. But when they have to
Yep.
play a real school, not so much.
No.
UMass, which is going to be one of the top bottom fives, or one of the 5 worst teams, is playing
Yep.
at Pitt.
Pitt.
Pitt will take care of business
Oh
by
yeah.
40. Louisiana Tech, another trash US SEC trash team. Mississippi State. Actually, I think this could be a really good game. Louisiana Tech. A lot of people are looking at Tech. Tech's a good team every year, in and out. They always get 7 or 8 wins.
Not this week though.
Ooh, not this week. Maybe
Not
you're
that
right.
week.
Not that week.
Mississippi State.
Okay, I'm actually gonna go against you. I'm gonna take Tech on this. I think Tech can pull.
Ding ding. All right.
Let's see. We got Montana State at Wyoming. If Wyoming can come up with any sort of a passing game, they will blow the doors off of Montana State.
Yeah.
They still have one of the best run games in the Mountain West. They just can't pass the ball worth hell.
Because Josh Allen ain't walking through that door anytime soon.
Their defense is going to be lights out.
Mm-hmm.
Great defense, one of the best on the West Coast.
Right.
So I see them blowing out Montana State quite easily. Yeah. Central Michigan at Missouri. Oh God. Well, you know what? It's gonna be tough. I think Missouri has just a little bit of horses, but they do tend to play down to their opponents. So
yeah, they're from the SEC, so they do play a lot of horrible opponents outside of their conference. I mean, I see what you say there. They're from the best conference there is. So.
Well, you're not there yet. You're still in the.
Hey, I'm kissing that butt already.
You're still in the dumpster fire of a Big 12.
I know, but I'm buttering the SEC up. Hey, you're the greatest thanks to sliced bread. Oh yeah, you're great. So they're the greatest conference.
Well, now we got a landmine of game. Louisiana, who was ranked 16th at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I don't think Texas. I just think Texas is ranked.
They were ranked.
What was it? Louisiana was ranked and Texas is stank.
They were, but they're both ranked this year in the top 25, 21 and 23 respectively.
Texas
21.
Louisiana is at Texas.
And they're going to get burnt by the burnt orange in Austin.
You think Texas is going to get burnt?
No, they're going to get burnt by Texas. Burnt orange. Because Texas wears burnt orange, they're going to burn people. So in the Texas heat, there's no way Louisiana. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're ranked. They got a decent team, but Texas, I'm sorry. They're gonna beat Louisiana by. I'm not gonna say 4. I'm gonna say 20.
By 20?
Yes.
Oh my
God!
Oh my God! You're drinking. You're already drinking that Schedule Easy cupcake.
That burnt orange Kool-Aid, baby.
Oh my God! That is not going to be a 20-point win.
Yeah, it will be.
Definitely. It's
44-24.
Oh my God!
Watch.
Okay.
Sarkeesian, the quarterback whispers there now.
You know what? You must be drinking buddies with Sarkeesian.
I wish.
You must be back there
I wish.
with Daniels.
I'll get in his ear and tell him how to run that ball.
Oh yeah.
Watch out for our running back. Bijan.
Yeah, I hear your new coach, Texas, is going to be Coach Jack Daniel. So,
hey, whatever it takes to win.
who'd you name as the who'd you name as the coordinator there, Coach Sarkisian? Well, it's my offensive coordinator, Jack Daniel.
Hey, Coach Daniels.
Coach
All
Daniel.
right, sir. You gonna take Louisiana?
Yeah, I'm going to take Louisiana. I think Louisiana will win that. Yep.
I can't wait for that game.
They'll definitely cover. See, Northern Iowa at Iowa State. Yeah, that's going to be easy. Iowa State.
Yeah.
And then the game of the first weekend. I've been saving this one here. The game of the first week. San Jose State at USC.
No, of course. Game of the week.
Game of the week.
It can't be Wisconsin or anybody like that, or Alabama. It's got to be that. Yeah.
It's going to be the defending Mountain West champs versus the USC that should have been the big Pac-12 champs. It's going to be they're going to be battling hard. San Jose State has just about everybody back on defense and offense.
Yeah, that's all good.
Improved running game.
They need it.
So I definitely see this could be a strong game. The longer the game goes, the stronger I think San Jose State will play.
Mm-hmm.
So
what is your heart saying?
I got San Jose State winning by 20.
Yeah.
Hey, if you got Texas actually beating Louisiana by 20,
it's Louisiana. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's what Iowa. That's what Iowa State said too, right before they got that ass got spanked.
So okay, what's the highest point spread that you can go with?
Actually, USC is actually favored by 14. So I will take that 14 because I think San Jose State will definitely not only cover it, but I do think they have a real chance of beating USC outright.
So you gonna pick them?
I'm picking San Jose State.
Okay,
baby.
all right. I heard it finally. All right, so are you actually gonna pick them?
Oh yeah,
okay.
I'm taking San Jose State.
USC by 14. Oh, they'll cover it. I think they'll get at least 17 to 20 point victory. USC. Then they're gonna. San Jose will keep it competitive.
It's gonna be a long.
They're gonna have some turnovers, and USC is gonna pull away.
It's gonna be a long week after San Jose beats USC and Louisiana beats Texas.
That will be a long week.
It's gonna be a long week for Cheeto.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long week for Cheeto. Let's see, we got
that'd be devastating.
Gardner Webb at Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern should take care of that with their running game. They're on a triple option. One of the most fun team to watch, Georgia Southern. Right. Unfortunately, for some reason, they can never translate. They can never get that one big win they need. They get a lot. They get some nice wins, but then when they play a bigger team, they just get smoked.
Yeah, the lights get too bright sometimes. I guess whoa.
Yeah, I think so too. Then we got Campbell at Liberty. I can't stand Liberty. I'm taking Campbell. I know Campbell. I have no chance at all, but I'm going to pick them because Liberty just sucks.
Yeah, I'll go with you on that one.
Nichols at Memphis.
Yeah.
Missouri State at Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. Yeah, there's these cream puff games.
Monmouth at Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
Texas Tech versus Houston at Houston.
I'm gonna take Houston.
I'm gonna take I'm gonna take Houston too. They had a down year last year.
Yeah, they did.
They had a lot of players decide to sit out from COVID.
Yeah.
So they just struggled. But Dana Holgerson is a good coach. Yeah. He's a good recruiter. I see them bouncing back and being very strong this year.
I do too. I agree.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be one of the better teams in the American for sure. Syracuse from the ACC is actually going on the road to play at Ohio. Now, normally I would take Ohio without a doubt, but Frank Solich retired. Yeah, he retired in his. I think he handpicked his predecessor, and from what I understand, they're pretty much going to stick with what got him to the party. So I'm still going to pick Ohio.
Okay.
I think Dino Babers is on the hot seat. I mean, his hot seat. He cannot afford to have a year like he did last year.
And that's why I think Syracuse will probably win.
Last year, Syracuse was one of the worst teams in football. and there's no way in hell they should have been playing as bad as they were.
No.
I just can't imagine Babers losing that team that quick.
Right.
So
I'm going Syracuse. I think that's for that reason. I think they'll rally around and get him that first win anyway.
I like the idea of Ohio beating them at home though. If it was
Yeah.
at Syracuse, I think Syracuse. But I think
Right.
Ohio will take it at home. It'll be close.
It gives them that edge because they're home. Yeah, I can
A
see
little
that
bit.
happening.
Southern at Troy.
Troy.
Yeah, I'll do Troy.
Yeah.
I do. Southern. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let's see. Oregon State at Purdue.
Ooh, that's intriguing.
Jeff Brom. Oh God, he has to win this year. He has to win. The pressure's on for him to win. They need to win, and they need to be competitive.
Right.
They just can't go out there and just get waxed.
Purdue. That's a toughie.
Purdue's a middle of the road trash Big Ten team. They're not.
They'd be like at the top of the Mountain West Conference, basically. Purdue.
You know what? I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see Purdue and Texas about the same way.
Playing in the Alamo Bowl every year.
Yeah.
Bowl.
Well, Purdue. I can see Purdue playing at the Alamo Bowl, and I can see Texas buying tickets to watch the game at the Alamo Bowl.
Yeah, because they're not far away. It's only like this hour drive from Austin to San Antonio.
Yeah, but they wouldn't get invited. That's the only way they would get in the bowl games. They had to buy their tickets.
Not this year, though.
Let's see. Norfolk State at Toledo. Toledo's going to be much improved than last year.
Yeah.
They'll blow out Norfolk State.
I think so, too.
Central Arkansas at Arkansas State. Now, believe it or not, this is a landmine game. Central Arkansas, the last 2 years, have been outstanding. They have moved the ball, and they have scored a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas State, new coach. This could be a landmine. This could be definitely a landmine game. I can see Central Arkansas pulling off the upset here. In fact, so much so that I'm picking them to beat Arkansas State.
I'm gonna go with you too on that one. I don't see Arkansas State's. I don't know a whole lot about them this year, but I don't know.
Let's see, we got Eastern Illinois at South Carolina. Schedule easy cupcakes once again. SEC.
South Carolina.
Schedule easy cupcakes. That's what it stands for. Let's see. Baylor at Texas State. Wow.
Baylor.
Wow, they got a game. Baylor they went on the road to Texas State. Respect. Unlike those SEC teams that never travel. I will take Baylor.
See them and play in front of a bunch of fans.
No, nobody wants to see the SEC. They're not always sold out. Those teams aren't always sold out. There's plenty of empty seats there. If you're not Alabama,
teams.
If you're not, there's been a lot of holes over at Texas.
No way. They're always sold out.
What? Oh my God! You know what? I would have to see. I would have to see how many games has Texas sold out in a row.
All right, I'll look that up. If my phone doesn't die on me, I'll look it up.
Okay. Akron at Auburn. Oh,
Auburn. That's not even
I think the game would be over before the game even starts.
Yeah.
Abilene Christian SMU.
Yeah.
Georgia versus Clemson. Probably the second best game of the weekend.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Actually, true story. San Jose State was scheduled to play Georgia this year, and Georgia pulled out to play this game against Clemson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Give them credit.
They were
Georgia.
I guess so. I mean, they were scared.
Players. In Georgia, they've got, I can't remember his name, but he's one of the top quarterbacks in the country. He's regarded as the number one. What's his name?
JD
Yes,
Daniels.
thank you. Yeah, JD Daniels. I was watching something about him yesterday. I just couldn't remember his name for some reason.
He transferred out. He transferred in from USC.
Yes.
Yep. So Daniels, you notice a trend. Daniels transferred out of USC to go down to Georgia. Georgia pulled out of the game against San Jose State to play Clemson.
Right.
Do you get an idea that some of these people are just ducking to San Jose State? I do too. I don't think they want any part of the Spartans. Now here's a program that has gone way down really fast, real fast. Northern Illinois used to be very competitive, but they are just getting waxed now. They were ranked. They were ranked. They were
Yeah.
playing some good teams, pulling the occasional upset, but they've lost a lot of mojo. They're at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is a terrible ACC team. Honestly, I think Tech will win, but it's not going to be lighting up the scoreboard.
Yeah, I agree with you. It won't be nothing. It will be one of those games where it's like I don't even care to watch this game. Kind of. Yeah.
Okay. We got Northwestern State at North Texas. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? North Texas. I'll just say it because I'm from Texas.
Texas San Antonio at Illinois.
The Roadrunners.
Illinois will be coming back off the win, not a win, but off the game against Nebraska. It'll be Bert Bielema's second game back for Illinois. Now that's a real. I don't get that at all. How is that Brett Bielema? Here you are. You're at Wisconsin. You go 68 wins. You got 24 losses. You won 3 Big Ten titles. You got top 5 finishes. What the hell would possess you to give up all that to take a trash team like Arkansas?
I don't know. I really don't.
See, I think SEC always feels like this. Well, it's the SEC. Well, who cares? SEC's they're trash. They're like the panda bear of football. They call them trash bandits. Okay. William and Mary of Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia. Florida Atlantic at Florida. Southern Miss at South Alabama.
Southern Miss.
Southern Miss.
Brett Favre's alma mater.
Kent State at Texas A&M. Now I know you were going to say that. I knew you.
I'm not a fan of them. They're a Longhorn rival, but
I know it. But you know what? I think Kent State is going to. I don't think they'll shock the world and beat them. But I could definitely see them turning this into a track meet. Kent State's offense last year was amazing.
Right.
That was amazing offense to watch.
Yeah, but they're playing an SEC school, so
but
good that offense is this year.
Yeah, but SEC teams, they're overrated a lot of the times.
Some of them are, like Alabama.
You get the best players money can buy. I think some of these trash teams, they probably have better rosters than NFL teams. They pay for them with all those shady ass boosters and whatnot. I think Texas A&M though. I can see Texas A&M going like, you know what, we left the Big 12 because we wanted to move on up to the east side.
They're scared. They got tired of Texas kicking that ass.
Really, I always thought it was sort of the other way around. I thought A&M just got they got tired of drilling Texas. It's like
Texas,
you know what?
Look at the series in history. It's like 2-1. Nah.
2-1.
Longhorns game going away present. The last time they played before they went to SEC, Texas beat them in the Thanksgiving night game. So yeah, they're fixing to get a taste of that again.
Well, you know what? It'll be interesting because Texas A&M's rosters are probably a lot better now, though.
Now it is, yes, because they've been in the SEC.
I think if they played right now, I definitely think that they, for now on in the SEC, I think A&M's just going to own them every year.
Oh no, they're going to take recruits away from A&M because people in the SEC, Longhorns are part of the best conference now. Let's stay home and go to Texas. We don't want to go to trash A&M. Heck, but welcome Horns.
What do you think though? What do you think when Sarkisian goes out and recruits? I mean,
he's probably drunk. I had an all-nighter the night before.
Where do you get Sarkisian? Do you sit there and say, "Here you go, coach, have a drink on me"?
Yeah, they'll be like, "Heck yeah!" And Austin's a party town, so
shit,
it's perfect match.
I do think it's going to be fun to watch. That'll be actually a very fun game to watch.
Yeah, it probably will be.
It's actually going to be on ESPNU. That game, Texas, so they have an idea that Kent State's offense is going to be interesting to watch. I'm with them.
Cool. I get my cord.
Montana at Washington.
Washington.
Duquesne at TCU. TCU.
Right, who cares? TCU, yeah.
The East Tennessee at Vanderbilt. This is
That's one of them trash SEC schools.
Man, I'm just circling that date. let's see. Loser State University at UCLA. Yeah,
Well,
loser.
I'm
I'm sorry. LSU for those who might not have gotten that. Let's see. Eagles. Oh, the chat's been talking. Let's see. Doomsday Crypt mentioned he's just listening to us talk in the background, so he's enjoying us talking trash. 80s horror fan mentions go Eagles, like in North Texas Eagles, Boston College Eagles. What are the Eagles
going
are
for
there?
Losers Club.
The Texas Eagles. Oh my gosh. I think I might have said the wrong thing to him. He dropped out. I said come back, Justin. Come back, Cheeto. Let's see. Let's see. Well, we know. I think LSU will actually beat UCLA. Bethune Cookman at UTEP. I do think UTEP will win that game. San Diego State at New Mexico State. Oh, there he is. He's back. He's back. All right.
Hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
No, what happened?
It's just probably it's probably the coach of Jackie Sherrill. It's the coach of Jackie Sherrill coming to haunt you.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got we're at New Mexico State at San Diego State. So I picked San Diego State to take care of that. We only got a couple more games here. Arizona at BYU. I do pick BYU to win that. Nevada at California. I'm picking Nevada. Nevada will probably really whip that out. You picking BYU? Yep. I'm picking BYU as well. I'm picking Nevada to beat Cal. Actually, they're saying that they're actually saying Nevada. Yeah, Nevada's probably going to be picked to pick the Mountain West. Mountain West is going to be really wide open this year. Let's see. I got Utah State at Washington State. I'm going to go with Washington. Actually, I'm going to go with Utah State. And then I have Portland.
Utah State. That's a tough one. I don't know.
Yeah, they're both pretty even. Actually, they're both even. They're both pretty even. But I see Utah State has a little bit more. I can see that. I can see them beating Washington State. Portland State at
I'm gonna go with Washington State Cougars.
Yeah. Okay.
Portland State and Hawaii.
I'm gonna go with Hawaii.
Yeah, me too. Because Portland's got to travel there. Am I correct?
Yep.
Yeah. That alone get it. Hawaii's got it.
Last two games of Week 1 will be Notre Dame at Florida State. I'm actually going to pick Florida
State. Fighting Irish.
I'm going to go Florida State. Really?
That's Notre Dame's my second favorite school anyway. So, but I'm not taking them just because of that. They're going to do it.
I just think that they're always overrated year in and year out.
They are. Yeah, they're not like they used to be.
No, they're not. I mean, they've gotten inside the bowl. They got inside the playoffs when they should have no business being in the playoffs. Yeah. The last game for Week 1, appropriately, is Louisville or at another trash team, another SEC trash team, Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
I think that's Lane Kiffin's new job.
It is.
Lane Kiffin, who can't manage to keep a job.
No.
I don't know. You know what's more interesting? Who has a more interesting resume? Lane Kiffin or Chip Kelly or Hugh Freeze. See who else?
Hugh Freeze. Yeah, I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, I mean, who shit. Willie Strong, Willie Taggart. All these coaches are coming in and out there.
Billima.
Yeah, Bart Belima.
Yeah.
Drunk Kezian.
Who's San Jose State's coach? I forgot.
Brennan.
Oh, no name. I've never heard of him. Yeah. Who's
that? That's all right.
Is he a high school coach or what?
You will.
Okay.
His team won his conference championship last year.
How come he didn't get one of them bigger jobs like the schools like San Jose State let
but
their coaches go?
But he did get a bigger job. He got San Jose State.
Why didn't he go somewhere else?
Didn't you guys get rid of your coach? Herman? Didn't you fire Herman? Oh, he sucked.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if he sucked, then why'd you pick him?
We thought he's going to be good. The lights got too bright for him in Texas.
Well, they probably said, "Hey, come to Texas. Look at everything we got. We got all these facilities."
They did, because they thought he was up and comer, and he sucked.
Yeah, he was up and comer. Right? He was up.
Mac Brown.
He was going out, and then you had to hire a drunk. It's like nobody sober wanted to coach Texas is what it was. You gotta get Sarkisian drunk as hell.
Sarkisian went sobered up in Alabama. Nick Saban wouldn't allow that stuff, so he learned. He's good now.
Well,
he goes to AA. He's at AA meetings.
Yeah, well, he should have. He should have went to the SEC meetings. All right, so that's our first week of our show. I think we'll come back and do. We'll have to come back and revisit our picks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially when we see Texas just run roughshod over Louisiana.
I don't know. The big game of the game of the week though, the game of the week for the first weekend is definitely Penn State and Wisconsin.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree on that one. Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be the best game of the week. I'm going to pick Penn State to win that game.
Yeah,
and you got Wisconsin. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the game of the week for sure.
We're going to come back when it gets ready to come for the pro games. Yes. We're going to come back and we'll do a pro game preview as well.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll have another special guest. Nice. And we'll talk a little pro football.
Maybe we can get John to come on for that one, or Hobbs. Hobbs was talking about. Let's get Hobbs.
Yeah, we can get Hobbs.
And John wants to join. That'd be cool too. But Hobbs was talking about it when he actually did a contest video for my contest. He mentioned that on there. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. We can talk. I mean, we sort of need like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? Because he's rooting for the Bengals. It's like it's like your team. He's like your little brother says, I got a football team too. And
he's got the trash conference. He's a quarterback, and their number one or their rookie first round pick are from the trash SEC. So hey.
Yeah. He came from a loser state university. He's not allowed to play the preseason. The owner of the Bengals said that Burrow is not allowed to play.
I saw earlier the Rams aren't letting Matthew Stafford play a snap in preseason either. McVay said as long as he's the coach of the Rams, he will not let Stafford play in the preseason.
That's good.
Yeah, I agree.
I totally agree with that.
I agree too.
I mean, it's not like these guys aren't getting hit in practice. They are. No. Sure they are. You got to get them up to game speed.
Yeah.
But you don't need to have them out there.
Chance. Get too much riding on it.
The Steelers, real quick. The Steelers offense looked okay.
Yeah.
They ran the ball. I was happy to see they stuffed the ball 30 times.
Yeah.
Didn't move the ball. Yeah, didn't move it very well.
No.
30 carry, but they have a new offensive line. And Dallas's D line is very, very respectable.
They're not bad. Yeah. Micah Parsons looked pretty good too. Their Cowboys' first round pick.
I was pretty happy with the performance yesterday. I don't like the idea about the missing the field goal or the extra point.
Right.
That was disappointing to see. It's like, you know what, you're a kicker, kick the extra point.
Yeah, it's not that hard for you to do.
I don't know what it is. You go out there and you kick a 48-yard field goal. No problem, but you turn around and do a 20-yard extra point, and all of a sudden it's like life and death.
Yeah, you can't hit it.
Yeah, I don't get that. So, but hey, it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun. We'll do this again soon, and hopefully everybody enjoyed it. And this next time we're gonna name the show. It's gonna be Paladin and Cheeto talk football. And so yeah, our cats will be telling us what they think about the teams, and then we'll be relaying to you what they say. So this is
Heck
the
yeah.
only this will be the only football program run by cats, and we'll be telling you guys what our cats think about the games.
Definitely.
Then we'll see you on Sunday. I'll see you on Sunday night then, right, for the midnight hour, or are you on House of Horrors tomorrow?
Yeah, I might have a scheduling thing going on tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be on there or not. But actually, what I'm gonna be doing this weekend a lot is just trying to get my 100 subscribers. Or connections, I should say. 91 right now. So
You're at 91.
yeah.
Ooh. Well,
Yeah, my contest ends at midnight tomorrow night. So
let me see how I can do tomorrow. I don't really think I have anything going tomorrow, so let me get some sleep, and then I'll come up there and I'll see what I can do to push you past. It's time for a push-a-thon.
you don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Yeah,
hell
that's what
why
I'm busy
not?
with right now. It's coming down to the wire. So
Did you see I passed 300 finally?
Yeah, we're like 314 now.
I know.
Nice.
I'm moving.
Heck yeah.
Actually 315 now.
So okay, cool.
So everybody, I think the reason why I think that was a Texas A&M fan that just subscribed to me.
He probably did. I probably gained a lot more than trash in San Jose State. I need to check.
Really? Yeah.
I don't know.
What'd you get? 91 still, right?
Yeah, I probably lost a couple.
Oh man, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Yeah, this will be a lot of fun. So we'll just try to make arrangements to see what day we can meet on.
Works. Yeah, that's same here. That I don't know how my schedule is, kind of up and down right now. So, but yeah, that'll definitely. Well, we can figure out something during the week to get it out there. I'm sure.
I really don't know. Honestly, I don't know where they're all coming from. But thank you all to everybody who subscribed to me. I'm just blown away by it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
well deserved.
I'm trying to work hard.
Yeah.
All right then, sir.
Yes,
I will see you on the flip side.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. This was a lot of fun.